Hello everyone, this is Daniel and Kelly from fitnessblender.com here to answer another one of your questions. And today we're going to be answering what to do about holiday eating.
So a lot of you have been contacting us really concerned about what happens around the holidays. How do you stay lean? How do you not undo any progress you've made towards your goals? And in reality, our best advice to you is not to worry about it. When you break it down, those holiday meals are really just a few meals or a few days. So as long as you're behaving yourself, keeping up with your regular clean eating and workouts on every day leading up to and every day after, you don't have a lot to worry about. And the last thing we want you to worry about while you're surrounded by friends and loved ones and family and delicious food, the last thing we want you to do is be counting calories or beating yourself up because you've eaten too much. It does not matter. Just let it roll off your back, enjoy yourself, and be present.
One thing you do need to watch out for is the endless amount of holiday cookies and candies that tend to show up in the office place. So if you want to make sure that you can really enjoy and relax during your family gatherings and the food that's there, make sure that you scrimp on the extra candies and cookies and stuff like that that come into the office place.
Right. I see a lot of other fitness personalities and fitness pages and websites online that are always talking about kind of watch out for this plate or this dish and kind of reminding you about the average number of calories per Thanksgiving plate. And I think it's nothing short of fear-mongering. It's really silly to kind of coach a person to be scared of food or to be scared of any kind of family gathering where there's delicious things to eat. It's just a couple of meals is what it comes down to. So as long as you are watching out for yourself the rest of the month, eating well, working out, treating your body well, you don't have anything to worry about.
The last thing you want to do is let yourself give in to the idea that you need to really stress out about your family gatherings, really stress out about the types of foods you eat during the holidays because it's not that important overall. I mean, you need to make sure you're keeping on track the majority of the week, but if you have a day here or there where you're just going hog wild with the types of foods you eat and it's food that you would never normally get otherwise, go for it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with indulging from time to time.
I plan on eating my body weight in sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Making my mashed potatoes and gravy masterpiece.
With
that I
a
usually
river
do
of gravy.
Yes.
That leads to the turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a
The
beautiful
plains
scenery.
of Turkey and the white mountains of mashed potato.
Yeah. So don't worry about it. I mean, the real problem is when you set yourself up, like starting now, you're already stressing about the holidays, so guess what you're going to do? You're going to say it's all a wash, and you're going to start snacking on things you wouldn't normally eat. You're going to start feeling guilty, and all of those things lead to a situation where you're more likely to slip up.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is convince yourself that if you have one small bit of Christmas candy that all of a sudden, I might as well just forget the whole thing and just eat whatever I want to during the holidays. I'll worry about it later. If you eat one small little thing, who cares? Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. Just don't get into that mindset of that you failed because you haven't. You just had a little extra calories that day. That is it. There's nothing wrong with that. You just need to make sure that you're not doing that every single day. That's the only thing you need to worry about. So if you're finding yourself constantly going back and back and back again to those types of foods, then you need to start thinking about, okay, how can I distance myself from eating those types of things, whether your environment is predisposed to having those types of things in it, or you tend to come home from the grocery store with 10 cartons of eggnog. I mean, you need to limit your exposure to those kinds of things if you're finding it a problem to keep away from it on a day-by-day basis. When we're talking about just an overall big meal with family and the actual holiday day itself, that should be completely no holds barred. Eat what you want to. I mean, don't make yourself sick, obviously, but it's a one-day thing. Who cares? It is what it is. And you should enjoy it. It should be fun. That's the whole point. I don't know about with your guys' family, but with Kelly and my family especially, when we get together, it is very much centered around food. And we start talking about what types of food we're going to have there like weeks in advance, and everybody starts getting excited about, ooh, we're going to have that? No, yeah, I want some of that too. And So it's definitely something where the enjoyment of the company is also enhanced by the types of food you get to eat, because it's, a lot of it's traditional comfort food and traditional holiday food that only comes around once or twice a year, depending on what you do for Christmas and Thanksgiving, or whatever you tend to
Whatever
celebrate.
you celebrate. This
Yeah.
goes for any holiday.
Yeah, really. And so it's one of those things where you should feel comfortable doing it. You should feel good about eating those things, and you shouldn't have to feel like you failed, or that you should have to punish yourself afterward because of a few extra calories that day.
Right.
Personally, I think my record stands at 10 pounds gained in a single sitting at a holiday meal.
Not recommended.
Just saying.
Don't even
I'm just saying. I'm not overweight, and I definitely indulge on holiday gatherings. So I'm proof that indulging on those days is not going to all of a sudden make you 20, 30 pounds heavier. Yeah.
And I would say the next day, don't step on the scale. Don't do that to yourself.
No.
That's just cruel and unusual punishment. That's just a mind game you do not want to play. And because you will be up a couple pounds.
Oh, yeah. And
but
a lot
it's
of
going to be
sodium.
salt. Yeah. And honestly, so your plan for the next day, you need to drink a lot of water, go right back into that healthy, clean eating lifestyle. And we're going to have so many workout videos coming out soon that you're not going to know what to do with yourself. I mean, just go right back into that healthy eating, working out, drinking lots of water, and you're going to feel normal another 24 hours later. No harm, no foul.
And if you tend to be one of those people who really likes leftovers like me, then that's perfectly fine. Just try to limit those calories a little bit more on your regular days. It's okay to splurge on those one day here and there in the holidays and stuff like that, but don't try to get into the mindset of like, oh, well, it's still technically Christmas season, right? It shouldn't last the entire
it's still
season.
Winter.
It should be a few days out of the season, that kind of thing, that you indulge in those things. So, though having some of those higher calorie foods for leftovers or multiple times throughout the holiday seasons, that's perfectly fine. Just like I said, try to limit on those off days, except for when those days that you have decided are your kind of your holiday
Free
cheat
for
days.
alls. Yeah. And on the rest of the days, I mean, the same advice that is helpful all year around in terms of eating healthy and maintaining or losing weight go during that month too. So make sure you're never starving when you make your food choices.
Yeah.
Keep healthy snacks on hand, because like you said, the offices are going to be full of cookies. They're going to be full of like all kinds of treats and everything like that. So always, pack your own healthy food and indulge in moderation. Don't stop working out just because it's wintertime. Your body still needs all of that exercise. It's not just healthy in the summertime. Just do what you've been doing all year long. Do that through the wintertime.
And whatever you do not skip meals.
Yeah.
If you're thinking, oh, well, I'm going to have a really big meal for dinner, so I'm going to just skip lunch or breakfast, that could be that is the worst possible thing you can do for your body, as far as messing up your metabolism and forcing your body to try to store as much of that food as possible as fat content. Never, ever skip meals, even if you know you're going to be way over in calories that day.
Yeah. Also, one more, I know we're jumping around this point, but I don't want you to punish yourself the next day with either any of our workouts or any kind of really restricted diet. It's not about punishing, it's going back to normal. So no strict, restrictive, painful workouts, or, well, to some extent, the good kind of pain, but don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, no trying to cram in 6 different workouts in a single day to try to undo the damage.
That's not going to do anything helpful for you.
Not at
the
all.
longest you should do is one of our 1,000-calorie workouts. Like, that would be an excellent way to push yourself and push yourself hard and obviously burn off an immense number of calories, but do it smart, not do it to the point where you're completely exhausting, everything and not doing yourself any good anymore.
You just want to get back into your normal routine of working out when you normally do, eating how you normally do, as quickly as possible after one of those large holiday meals or cheat meals or whatever you happen to be doing. So, main thing though, just relax.
Yep. Whatever you're celebrating,
don't stress it.
Enjoy it, and don't think about it. Don't overthink it.
That should be the first and foremost thought in your brain, is how can I enjoy this the most? Because that's what it's all about. It's enjoying family, it's enjoying food, it's enjoying friends, and just being together and being thankful for everybody. So relax, enjoy it.
That's all for now. Whatever holidays you celebrate, we hope you enjoy them to the fullest extent possible. We'll see you next time.
basically what we go by is stay calm and eat on.
Yeah. No, that's a good summary. Yeah. So the whole thing is we're talking. Oh. So the whole thing is just like one meal. What? What's going on?
I turned it off.
Our heater is haunted. It's gone. The world's messing with us today.
Kitty, stop it. Stop talking. Shh. Shh. Kitty.
I think she just swore at you.
Like,
Oh, hi, Katie. Doesn't make any sense. Why are you
That's
touching
for the
my
rest of
hair?
us?
What are you doing? Okay, I think that's it, actually.
yeah, you don't want to
Oh, you know what I have to say?
What do you have to say?
I just was thinking about this earlier. If
Okay.
somebody says something to you about how much you're eating or, oh, what happened to your diet,
Punch him in the throat.
yeah. Seriously. That is the rudest thing ever. And you could tell him I said so. Send him this video and just be like, hey, you're lucky I didn't punch you in the throat, man. I'm serious. Don't let anyone's comments...
No.
If they're saying something like that to you, they've got bigger problems because they have no manners. So.
Especially if it's one of your family members, which I know a lot of families have a little bit of a tendency to be a little bit more forthcoming about their own personal opinion about things. Tell them to shove it.
Yeah.
I mean, take a turkey leg and just shove it right in their mouth and say, we're done here. Because no one should ever comment on anything related to your appearance, how much you eat, what you eat at any time, even if you eat really even if you have terrible food habits. I know, I'm sorry.
We'll bleep it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's no one's business at all. In one of my last jobs that I hated with every last ounce of bone marrow in my body, they had all kinds, you know who you are.
Yeah.
They had all this junk food out all the time, and there was so much, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like food bullying, like, hey, eat that. What, are you afraid of getting fat? Oh, eat that. And I mean, I eat all day long. And it's not because I am depriving myself, it's because I don't like donuts. Back up, like it was really weird. But yeah, there's a lot of kind of like jeering if you're not kind of falling into what everyone else is eating or, but don't let it affect you.
Just remember, the people who are shoving the donuts into their face want you to eat donuts so they don't have to feel bad about eating the donuts. Yeah. So never,
and you shouldn't feel bad about eating donuts.
No.
But you also shouldn't pressure someone else to eat something if they don't want to eat it.
Yeah, just because you feel bad about it.
Or, yeah.
Anyway. We both know how stressful the office atmosphere can be during the holidays as far as like people constantly trying to shove food in your face and, oh, well, why didn't you eat one of my cookies? Kind of stupid stuff.
Do your own thing. Do what makes you feel best, whether that's, salad and healthy soup or a mountain of mashed potatoes swimming in gravy, whatever it is. Like, do your thing. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks about it.
Right. For example, when I make my mashed potatoes, I like to put corn inside my mashed potatoes, then gravy on top.
Oh.
It is something that I thought I was unique in until I met Kelly. It's like our bonding moment.
That's how we knew.
You put corn on your mashed potatoes too?
That was the moment.
By the way, it is a lovely taste combination. I highly suggest
recommended.
it this holiday season.
Yeah.
And remember, a couple little glasses of wine never hurt anybody. So feel free to indulge. Like I said, one or two, it's gonna be fine. A little more. That's good. Cheers. I think that's the entire.
It is almost.
There's only maybe a quarter left.
That's awesome.
I want to take a big old swig of it.
Do it.
I can't. I gotta go to work tonight.
I know it. Oh yeah, I gotta go back to work too. Andrew, you want some wine?
I think we're done here. Done here? Let's go eat some turkey.